Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, bringing my guide for BioShock Infinite on 1999 mode without using the dollar bill vending machines. I think it's just called the dollar machine. Whatever. Anyway, I want to make a quick announcement real fast. The reason why this video is split up into, I guess, two different parts. This was supposed to be Monument Island. I thought it was, but it's not. This is still part of Comstock Center Rooftops. So this will be called Comstock Center Rooftops Part 2. And I'm pissed because the level naming in this game is so fucking bad for me. It just doesn't work with me very well. Because, you know, there's this game that has its, specific chapters, which I, completely forgot about in the beginning. So I thought about doing it, level by level, as in, doing, door by door. I thought that might be a smart idea, but I guess apparently not. So we'll call it Comstock Center Rooftops Part 2. Who cares? Anyway, in this little doodad doohickey thing, there is a turret at the end of the area. I'm staying in here for extra protection, just so I can kind of, lure the enemies over here. And I, of course, hack the vending machines and then let these guys kind of run in. Right now, it's mostly just made up of, clubbing enemies, or, the police, which is just using clubs and pistols. So, nothing relatively too strong, and or machine guns. So I think this one might be machine gun. Oh, well, there you go, I died, but that's okay. I lost some money, and I didn't even notice that either. I kept thinking, like, oh yeah, I'm not losing money, so it's okay, it's no big deal. No, apparently I do lose money, but it doesn't look like you lose too much money, so it's not too much of a hemorrhage, I guess. But yeah, from now on, if I fuck up to the point where I literally don't know what level I'm doing anymore, like if I don't actually combine the two levels, I guess, and make them one fucking level, then we'll just start calling them, episode 2 or something of it, or whatever. Because I'm getting sick of this naming bullshit. I hate the way that some BioShocks, or at least, no, I shouldn't say some, because the only one that does it is this fucking game. Because, for instance, BioShock 1 has some annoyances to it, but when you go to a level, you have that loading screen that comes up, which this game does too, and I don't know why I haven't included it yet, which would have actually saved me so much trouble if I would have just done that, but knowing me, I'm kind of stupid. So, anyway, yeah, just BioShock 1, it had some pretty basic, levels, and then, of course, BioShock 2, gave you the name of the level as you go through it, of course. And then this game has, like, doors inside of a level that count as a different level, and then they don't count it or something. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, from here on out, there really shouldn't be much stuff that's cut out. I mean, I forgot to cut out most of what happens on Monument Island. I will apologize for that. I didn't really work on that episode as much, or either that or I haven't worked on it yet. I don't know. I could just go work on it and just go get it over with. But, yeah, just adds more detail to why I just do not like this game that much, because unless I'm doing a Let's Play of it, this is really starting to kind of piss me off, this whole guide shit for this specific game. I'm fine with playing the game, it's just doing, like, the editing and stuff. It's really annoying because I don't know what's what anymore, The only part of the level I really want to include is the parts where I, get into a firefight, or if I go out of my way to go explore a little bit, and that's about it. That's what it should be, and the naming it shouldn't be that difficult, but apparently it is. I have to fucking open up a Steam tab, or, I go to, like, I think it's like a wiki. It's either one of the wikis or a Steam. No, I think it's a wiki. I have a wiki thing saved so that it tells me, like, what levels are what. I mean, granted, I could just look down and go through it. Skim through it and see where, the level starts, according to them, but the game doesn't even fucking register it as the start of it. It's just strange to me. And you could say, like, why not just do it by chapter? There's 40 fucking chapters, apparently. According to one of these wikis I read, I don't remember that being that many chapters, but apparently this game, divides itself into chapters. There's, like, 40 different fucking chapters. It's like, I don't want to do, like, 40 fucking videos of Infinite, I want to do the whole level. I don't care if there's like another door in between the level itself. But, I don't know. I'm getting sick of this bullshit. Really am sick of this crap. But we will finish this, I assure you. I know I've been lazy a lot lately, and the reasoning why is because I've been playing God of War. I've recently beat the game, for those that are wondering. I have not beaten on the hardest difficulty setting yet, because I'm not a pretentious cunt who just starts on, you know, the hardest difficulty setting and be like, oh, this isn't really much of a challenge. You know, those fucking doodads. I don't know, like, if you enjoy it, fine, but if you make videos off it, just pisses me off. You know, because it's... I know that everybody wants to make money on YouTube, and, you know, that's one good way of doing it, but it's just... It's super pretentious to me. It really is. Especially about a game that I like, you know, particularly a series I like. Because to me, like, you feel like you're just avoiding the game of what it actually wants to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, playing a game on the hardest difficulty is great, but I would recommend doing it after you've beaten the game. Unless, for example, you know, the game is entirely similar to the game you played previously. For example, like with God of War 1. You know, you beat the game, you beat God of War 1, right? You know, and then you play in the hard and all that, and you know, then you beat on God hard or whatever, you know, unless you start on hard first. Which, I mean, yeah, even still, that's okay, because it's not too bad. It's still basically just a little bit normal, but harder. But either way, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite, I know. But regardless, then you go to play God of War 2, and it's like, well, I already played God of War 1, so, you know, I should be at least somewhat familiar with the action style of the game. Like, nothing should really be changed, and that's understandable. Same thing with God of War 3. It's like, you just play that game on hard and you're fine. But, you know, God of War, the new God of War is, like, completely different from what the other ones have been before. And, you know, there's people out there already starting on, you know, give me God of War difficulty, and it's like, are you kidding me? This game is more of a story-based game. Like, can't you just, you know, sit down, play the game, relax, and enjoy it? Or do you have to have everything on the hardest setting at all times because, you know, you're such a fucking pro at every game you play? I don't know. I'm just that just bothers me. I guess it might be, like, specifically towards some specific games that bug me. And I know it's just complaining and bitching at this point, but anyway, taking on this next section here. I sit up here on this airship. Kind of gives me a little bit of advantage because I have quite a bit of cover to utilize here, and then of course I can just get some pop shots off on some of the guys hanging below. There are some hooks that are around the field that you can use, and you can do a sky strike on some enemies. Now, I want you guys to know that if you do a sky strike, you can still get shot while hanging on a hook and or, you know, doing the strike itself. So it's best if you have an enemy that's secluded in, like, an area where you can't get shot at to probably do, like, a skyline strike from. Or just, you know, if you got, like, one enemy left or something like that, then just go ahead and go from there. That's what I would honestly suggest. So as you see here, I'm being very cautious and being very patient with this particular fight because coming down here is kind of a pain. And I think there might be a fireman down here too. I thought I saw one, but there's probably not because I did throw out some fire, so I doubt he's probably here. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, firemen are going to be really, really obnoxious later on. They really are a pain in the ass, especially the, what do you call them? The mobile guys, the robot guys, the statue guys. I forgot their names. Damn it. You know what's funny? Like, now that I'm actually calmed down and, like, watching this, I'm actually enjoying myself. Isn't that weird? Like, I'm actually really relaxed and comfortable right now. I want to do more of these, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to edit the next episode just to cut out all the bullshit that I left in there. Because I did throw pretty much at least 5 to 6 of the 8 videos I recorded on Sony Vegas already. And just, you know, have them up here for editing purposes and getting ready to record commentary for. I want to try to do as much as I can today. Today's Sunday, so I want to get everything done before the week starts, before next week starts. That way I just kind of feel better about myself, you know? Feel like I did something this weekend, you know? Instead of just playing God of War the entire time. Because that's essentially what I've been doing. I have not actually, like, 100% complete the game yet, but I've been working on it. And for those that are wondering, you can beat the game, and then you can go back and collect everything that you missed. So that's awfully nice of them to actually incorporate that. So there's really nothing back there. I found out. I was just checking to be on the safe side because you never know. It looked like there was like a fan or helicopter right there for a second, or some kind of like mosquito or propeller or whatever it is. So anyway, when you come down here, these guys are going to drop their guard. You can kill them if you want. I think some of them might drop like a machine gun here and there so you can get ammo out of it, but I just ignore them completely because there's really no reason just to fight them all. But there are a few. There's like, what was it? I think like one guy that I go up to and hit, I think. Regardless. So you do all that stuff, climb up this elevator, then there's this guy, he drops his gun, so you can just pick it up that way if you wanted, instead of having to kill him like I did. I did it just because, you know, why the hell not? And then this lovely thing happens. I don't know what, or I don't understand this game sometimes, like why particularly we always are being attacked. I mean, I know why we're being attacked because, you know, we're the fucking, you know, Antichrist in this game, so, you know, everybody wants us dead, but I don't know anymore. I'm not paying attention. I just feel like, you know, why did they drop their guns for, you know, when we're around? Like, why would Comstock make them drop their guns? Then again, you could just rule it out as, you know, that's some sacred deity thing that he has to do. It's just, I give up. So anyway, before we continue on, we have to come in here and then, of course, change the direction of the ship and all that bullshit. I think there's some... I guess there's no money. Okay. I thought there was money, but apparently there wasn't. Comstock's going to talk for a little bit, and then the whole ship's just going to start blowing up. Then you jump on the skyline, and then you land on the ground, and then you go to Monument Island. The actual fucking level I thought I was going to be doing, but apparently not in this video. So this is the end of Comstock's Center Rooftops Part 2, because, God forbid, I have to keep separating these damn things. Yeah, I don't think this will be the last video in this series that's going to end up like that. And I do apologize for those out there that are trying to keep up tabs with me. But, you know, I'd recommend if you're watching this strategy from... Like, if you're trying to find something useful in this guide, then I would recommend watching it. Hopefully, you know, try to keep in track of episode 1 through, like, whatever episode you need. That way you just understand where I'm at from that point on. Anyway, guys... See you next time, and as always, take care, everybody.